seat quickly. Some students standing at the back.
Mr. Rajesh Chand, the principal of Votualevu College, Mr. Salendra Singh, the head teacher of Votualevu Primary School, the school management board, teachers and ancillary staff, ministry officials, dear students. Nisambula Vinata, and a very good afternoon to each one of you. It gives me immense pleasure to be here at this college to address not only the students, but also the teachers, the head of schools, and the school management board. You may be wondering, when will the rest of the school children will be back? Right, when are we going to start our normal classes where the school will be filled with children from year 1 right up to year 13? I can say to you, it's a very difficult decision to make at this stage. Even to start years 12 and 13 was extremely difficult. It is really not in the hands of Ministry of Education to decide as to when the schools can open. There are a number of factors that we need to consider. And some of the factors are things like active COVID cases in the community, whether it's going up or it's going down. Then we need to look at the new scientific evidences that's emerging through WHO and by other researchers globally. You have heard and you know the number of schools that has opened around the globe. Our nearest neighbor, Australia, has also opened schools for children. We are watching carefully and we are looking at the data to ensure that our children are safe when we open the school. So I'll talk about the opening of the school a little later, but let me first of all thank the school management board and the head of schools plus the teachers for putting up and enforcing and implementing the COVID safe guideline which provides safety to our students. And as you walk in from the road, from the vehicle, you can see that the school is strictly following the COVID safe protocol. And as I look around, I see the various notices being placed. I can see the fan ongoing, circulating the air, and of course we are sitting in an open environment. That's what we need to do. It is a new normal. It's not easy for any one of us. And for me, standing from here and just looking across, very unusual sight when you see hundreds of people sitting in front of you, all wearing a mask. Mask is not known in the Pacific. We never knew what mask was. Whenever we traveled abroad, we saw people in masks. We wondered why they were wearing one. But today we realize the importance of mask. Mask is going to help us in our survival. So it is definitely a very difficult time, and whatever it is, we have to deal with it. It's the reality on the ground. But coming to Nandi and the various interactions I had with different schools, management team, and the people I met along the way, it gives a very positive vibe when you are in Nandi this time, as compared to a couple of months back. And this positive vibe is simply because of the good news that the country is going to open up for tourism on 1st of December. So obviously people are delighted that there will be some form of normalcy for them, or you can say at least they'll find a job and they will be employed and their livelihood will continue. And obviously we all are embracing that positive news. And again, come Monday next week, then the inter-island shipping services will continue and inter-island travel will continue. There are quite a large number of teachers who are stranded on Votualevu, and they'll be slowly making their way to maritime area as well as to Votualevu. And we are trying to facilitate that. So the time is difficult for all of us. And when there is uncertainty, more reason, decision making becomes very difficult. Very, very difficult. It's not an easy decision to make. But here we are, at least good to see years 12 and 13 back to school. It's unbelievable. None of us sitting here would have ever imagined that a school can close for so long. But we have seen it all. And we have seen it simply because of the pandemic, which occurs in 100 years. And unfortunately, we are the group that are witnessing this pandemic. Now let me just talk to the students. Students, I know it's been very difficult for you. You are at a crossroad. You have to make a decision for your future. You are in year 12 and you are also in year 13. Year 12 and 13 is extremely important in our education system, because this is when we expect the classroom to be empty so that we can push and progress other levels into the next level. So the progression takes place at that stage. Now, particularly for year 13 students and year 12 students, it is extremely, you can say, challenging for you. Your future is at stake. Your future is disrupted, and this disruption was caused by pandemic, not by any one of us, but unforeseen situation. However, with great thinking and of course with good discussions with various partners, we decided to open the school. But I'm told by many principals and many schools that I have visited, in total, I think I visited about 19 schools so far. And wherever I went, when I met the heads of schools and the teachers, they confirmed that the syllabus were complete for year 12 and 13. Because while the schools were closed, the teachers continued teaching through remote mode as well as through online platform, through e-learning. So the teaching continued despite the closure of schools and teachers being home. In that situation, I can understand students who are so used to routine, they're so used to a system, and a school creates that routine and a system was disrupted, and you were left on your own, where you decided when to get up, what to do, when to do. There was no routine. And some of you may have been on your own without your friends, without the guidance from the teachers. And of course the parents were there to support you, but as a young people, you may have drifted away and you've been thinking about your future. What is next for you? But let's look at it positively. Let's look at it positively, simply because you are back in school, you will be sitting for your exam, and it's just a matter of a couple of weeks. And I expect and I urge the students to give in your best. Just give in your best, hang in there. The school will be over soon for you, and that will be the next level that you'll be preparing yourself for, which will be the tertiary institution and tertiary education. So if you need any help, please count on your teachers, count on your head of school, and you can also rely on the Ministry of Education. We are here to assist. So do not hesitate to seek assistance. We also have counselors who can guide you and assist you. So whatever or whichever form of assistance you require, we are at your disposal. Please take this opportunity and count on us. We are with you. We will support you in whichever way we can. I also would like to thank the teachers for the good job they have been doing over the years, and particularly so during pandemic. During pandemic, It was not easy for teachers. I know most teachers were missing their students, missing the work environment. Sometimes working from home cannot be easy. But despite that, you did assist your students. But I want to thank teachers because you went beyond your job. Some teachers assisted Ministry of Health when the Ministry of Health called for assistance. There were teachers who helped in the data verification process, teachers who helped in contact tracing, teachers who helped Ministry of Health in preparing the logistics at the initial month when COVID transmission spread into our community. So I want to thank the teachers for going beyond the job description and assisting Ministry of Health and in fact assisting the nation as a whole to deal with a pandemic of such magnitude. Again, I want to also thank the founders of this school, and I pay my deepest respect to the founders and the school management. We all need to understand that education is partnership between different stakeholders, and in this situation, the partners are Ministry of Education, the community, students, teachers, and parents. This is our small ecosystem in which we live and we thrive. And if it wasn't the vision of the founders, there would have been no school. I don't know when this school would have been established. So we need to always be grateful to the community and the founders of this college for having this vision, for making this commitment to educating the children, and you have come forward in establishing a wonderful college for our children. So thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the government is committed, totally committed in educating our children. Government has been investing very large sum of money every year in education. And in the last budget, $420 million were put into education sector. I don't know, sometimes I feel like reflecting on the past for us all to realize where we are today. If we go a few years back, and even if you talk to the school management team, they'll tell you how difficult it was to run a school. The school management team had to work around the clock raising funds. They used to be Bring and Buy, Mufti, you name it, a walkathon, center vote. I recall all that used to take place. Just to raise money so that the administrative costs of the school can be met, and also salaries could be paid to grant-in-aid teachers, because the schools had to fork out money to pay the teachers. But those days are over now. The teachers are all civil servants. They are paid by the government. Teachers don't have to worry. I just came from one of the schools today. I was told that that particular school had to sell 2 acres of their land just because they were not able to pay the grant-in-aid teachers, and they had a lot of debt. They had to sell that land to clear the debt. But now the management team as well as the teachers need not worry because of the free education grant that has been given by the government. Similarly, for the parents and the students, gone are the days when the parents had to budget and prepare the budget really well, because they knew that every term they had to pay the school fees for the children. They had to buy the textbooks, they had to set aside money for the transport and so forth. Now the parents are a lot more relaxed because they know they don't have to pay any school fees, and also for the transport, they need not worry about the transport, that's been taken care of. Textbooks are available. But this is just the start. This is our beginning of a journey, but I'm sure there's a lot more that will happen in the future as we progress with the developments that we are doing in the education sector. For any investment that you make as a government, we look for the returns. $420 million is not a small amount of money. What is our return on that investment? And we always measure the return based on the quality teaching and learning and the fact that we get students out of education system, work ready and available to start their career as well as to join any labor market. That's all we want, because at the end of the day, it's the workforce that decides and actually contributes to the development of a nation. And when the students come out, we know that they will be contributing to the social, cultural, and economic development of Fiji. And that's what we see. So I think, finally, I just want to thank each one of you for your good work. And let's keep the momentum going. That's all we can do at a difficult time like this. And after this session, I will be meeting the school management team and of course the head of schools to understand if there is any problem or issues where ministry's attention is required and how we can assist the school. We'll be happy to do that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam, for such a rejuvenating address, and I'm confident that definitely it will be a stepping stone for our students as well as the teachers. The audience, we have come to the end of today's session, but it is said that any program is not complete without the vote of thanks. I have much pleasure in inviting the college vice principal, Mrs. Sophia Jaffer, to the vote of thanks.